welcome. Well, I welcome you.
We are here for Swagga Nosey, up close and personal.
Yes, that's me. That is me. I'm so glad you got the name right.
It's a lot of things that your fans want to know. We got COVID-19 hit us this year.
Yes, it did.
And honestly, me as a fan and supporter as well, I haven't seen you. A lot of you. So I want to know where you've been, what you've been doing, and how you've been doing, and we gonna bring it all out.
Well, where I've been is where I've been.
Okay.
Okay.
But before we get into it, though, your makeup looks great.
Well, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I always like to look beat. You see what I'm saying? I look good. You see what I'm saying? And I only did half. You see what I'm saying? Only did half. Only because when I came here, I thought your assistants or somebody was going to, make my face. When you walk into places, they interview you, they want to, make your face.
Yeah, budget stuff, it's...
Budget? Well, that you say no more. Because you know what? A woman always got to be prepared. Just give me a second.
You are always prepared.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
So Swagga Nosey,
Yes.
4 years in gospel comedy.
4 years in gospel comedy, and it has been a blessing.
October 2016.
October 31st, 2016.
Which today is?
Which is today is my anniversary. Which is my anniversary. Okay. Yes.
Now, in my own opinion, I think like last year was one of your most favorable years in gospel comedy.
Yes, it was.
Again, and then COVID-19 hits. And then we're going to just go through some questions that your fans have. And
you know what? You said the COVID. I call it the pan-COVID killings.
Say it again?
The pan-COVID killings.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had the pandemic, the COVID, and a bunch of killings.
Yes,
Lord. I'm trying to tell you, 2020, we've been through something.
We have.
Yes, we have.
We have. So, where has Swagga Nosey been, and what has Swagga Nosey been doing during the pandemic? So let's say from March when the pandemic hit Rochester.
Well, let me tell you what I was doing. I've been where I've been, and I've been where I've been at, and if you know where I've been, you know where I was at.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just been minding my business. Swagga Nosey, mind your business. Okay. So that's where I've been. You see what I'm saying? And I've been social distancing, and I've just been trying to be where I've been.
Well, see, that you said that. A fan asked, did you catch the virus?
Well, I didn't catch that kind of virus. I didn't catch that kind of virus, because I caught a lot of viruses. I caught headaches. I caught bill viruses. I'm trying to tell you, I still had to pay bills. Those type of viruses I kept. But no, I didn't catch the virus.
Okay.
But my prayers sure went up for the people and the family that did. Okay. Yes.
Well, it's definitely good to see you healthy.
Thank you.
Another fan question, and this actually was asked a few times.
Okay.
Is Swagga Nosey still single?
You know what? Whoever asked that question, you should have told them to mind their business. Okay. You see what I'm saying? But no, I ain't single because I'm a child of God. Okay, and that's my man. That's what I hold up to. That's what I wake up to. That's what I lie down at night to. You see what I'm saying? And as long as God is my man, I don't need nobody else. I'm always going to have somebody on my side.
And they keep mentioning the Rev and the plays.
Well, that's why it's called plays.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they call plays. But you know what? Let me speak on Bishop Red. Bishop Red is just one of those pastors that the Lord connected us to. And we've been doing work for a very long time. And, Bishop Red, he's a very nice looking man. Got some things that we got to work on. You know what I'm saying? He's a very nice looking man, and he has a very gifted. The man can sing. That man will make my pinky toe stand up. That man can sing. But yes, he's one of my main cast members, and I just love me some Bishop Red. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how many plays have you actually done to date?
Ooh, Jesus! I'll say Swagga Nosey done about 6 or 7 plays. If I can remember, we had did the uninvited guests. We did the Swagga family reunion. We did a holiday. with Swagga Nosey. We did the new one that just came out. Matter of fact, I brought it with me. Can I show it?
Sure.
Oh, sure. This is All in God's Hands.
One of my favorites.
All in God's hands. And when I tell you about this is a phenomenal stage play. If you have not gotten it, maybe you want to get it. You see what I'm saying? It's about a rebellious child that have a saved mama, and you know she reaped what she sowed. She got what she got. So I reverence any parent, guardian, grandma, brother, sister, cousin who you feel got a rebellious child. You need to get this DVD. You can purchase one too.
Oh, I already have.
Oh, well, bless you.
But there would be nothing wrong with me getting another.
Oh, bless you.
And we'll make sure that we put the information as far as how they can
yes, I appreciate
get
it.
one from you. All right, so now we got a fan question from Mother Jean.
Okay, Mother Jean.
Mother Jean says, you wear leopard a lot.
Yes, I do.
Are you a leopard or a cougar? That's what Mother Jean want to know.
Well, you know, I'm not neither one.
Okay.
You know, this is just a pattern that I just love. I just love it. You know, and I would say that it's wild. Okay. It's a wild look. And one thing I can say about me, I'm wild. You know, I'm bold. And I just love being me. So, you know, this is just something that I've grown into. You know, yeah. I like that.
Oh, the shoes to match.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So I got a question for you.
Sure.
So what made you want to bring in Swagga Nosey for the interview?
Well, you know, not too many gospel comedians, in my opinion, do I even follow.
Okay.
So because I desire to see more of you, I figured,
you know what? If I wouldn't know no better, I'd say you was trying to hit on me.
Well, you see the orange hat now.
Yes, I see.
And I see the orange scarf.
Oh, shoot.
I see the orange scarf.
I think he like me, y'all.
Well, wait, cut? No, I'm just playing.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're off.
Okay, yeah. But that's just so nice to you.
What church does Swagga attend?
Swagga goes to Swagga Nosey, Don't Tell It All, Hold It Back Missionary Baptist Church. That's on Swagga Road. You can come with my very own pastor is Bishop Red.
Okay, so Bishop Red is
Yes,
the pastor.
yes, he is.
Now, do you ever get a chance to preach?
You know, I preach
Because you
in
be
season.
going in your
Oh,
place.
yes, I do. I preach in season, out of season. I worship God in spirit and truth. You see what I'm saying? When I start talking about the goodness of the Lord, like he woke me up this morning and he started me on my way. I'm so glad to be on top of the ground and the ground on me, baby. You see what I'm saying? And then let me tell you, I find goodness in all things. Like this right here is just a blessing for me. Because you could have had anybody come up in here. But you allowed Swagga Nosey to come up here. So this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Okay. Yes, Lord.
And I believe that you will rejoice. I've seen you rejoice before.
Yes.
Your plays, they don't seem like a play. It just seems so real.
Well, that's because they is. That's because it's led by God. You know, they're not scripted. They're more so coming from the heart. Okay. You know, and they're coming from the reality of what we go through today. And I believe in the midst of what we're going on today, the pandemic and the COVID and the killings and all that, we have to have, it's almost like preaching. We have to be able to minister to the people, to be able for them to not only laugh, not only cry, but to be able to relate to what we go through.
That's good. But I heard you say one thing, and I was talking to someone who actually did sound for you, and you just said it. You said it's unscripted, and I mean, and that was something that I didn't necessarily believe, but I just heard you say it.
Yes.
Now, do you mean that there's minimal writing, that you maybe it's like impromptu? You guys are doing like maybe improv.
Okay.
At the same time the play is going on, it's just coming.
Yeah. So what I would say is that it's somewhat written, but I try to let my cast members know that you would never make a mistake, only because that Swagga will always cover you. You know what I mean? And my thing is, I feel like when it's free will. when it's free will and you're able to be yourself, then you don't have to be worried about messing up or trying to remember lines or things of that nature. So I always pray. That's the common key, to pray and ask God who to send. And God will send those people and their character line up with the vision that God has given me. And then that's why they're able to be themselves, and that's why everything just stays it just flows so freely.
Yeah,
and
that's one thing that I admire, that like that the appearance, that it's like a lot of things are freestyle, in a sense. And you mentioned in your cast definitely seem to love you. Seems like there's a great working relationship between you all. Do you ever have issues with your cast?
Well, I wouldn't say issues. You see what I'm saying? I'm always have issues. I mean, because all of us is different. But I love every single cast member, down to the ushers, the security, the media, the dope people, whatnot. I think the only issue, if I have, is lateness. Lateness, I'm very keen on when it comes to being on time. Now, I might be late, you see what I'm saying? But yeah, I might be late. But I just like things to go in decent and in order. You know what I'm saying? And God has truly blessed me with some phenomenal team members. I got to tell you about this one. My media guy, how you doing? Andre View Intelligence Stokes. Let me tell you about him. Man, let me tell you, he is so anointed and so appointed, to the point where Swagga is today. They say it's sad for a frog that don't praise his own pond. And I must say, he is very so gifted, to the point where he sees the vision. Now, I want to tell my people out here that when you have something that the Lord has instilled in you and you want to see it prosper, to go forth, everybody may not understand or see the vision, but they can be for the vision. And when they're for the vision, that means they can somewhat see where you're going. And I just try to tell you, my media team, Andre and Pastor Logan's, and they are what I call Kingdom Now, because they see the things where Swagga going, and it's a blessing. It's really a blessing. So I tell everybody, be king, to who you connected to. It's a very vital point. Yeah.
Understandable. So let's kind of go back to a fan question, and actually this one was asked more than once as well.
Oh, they just so nosy.
Yeah. They actually wanted to know why you always wear rollers.
Well, I wear rollers because it's my signature. And back in October 31st, 2016, I was on my way to the market to get me some chicken feet. And I was running late, and I forgot to take my rollers out. And boy, let me tell you, I got to the market, and let me tell you, everything started standing up. They were looking, the men were looking, the oranges, the apples, the bananas, everything was looking. And, ever since then, I believe that I fell in love with it, and I started encouraging myself. And I just could not detach myself from the rollers.
Okay.
Yes.
And Shonda Porter,
Hi,
this is from Facebook.
Okay.
She said, "Does your hair ever get done?" That's what she said.
Shonda, thank God for the cameras. No and yeah. It all depends on the function. It all depends on the function.
Depends on where Swagga go.
Wherever Swagga go. But other than that, I'ma always have my rollers. You know what I'm saying? If I go to a wedding, I'm going to have white rollers. If I go to a funeral, I'm going to have black rollers. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to always have my rollers. Okay. Yes, I'm going to always have my rollers.
One of your greatest accomplishments to date?
My greatest accomplishment today is fulfilling the purpose and ministry that God has given Swagga. Because so many people wanted to see me more. They loved the inspiration. And at one point, I was just kind of a little hesitant, of giving encouragement daily or stepping out of the four walls and, going and pouring into people. But my greatest accomplishment is traveling all over the place, being able to be a blessing to men and women who've gotten married, and people on their birthdays, their anniversaries, conferences, celebration, and to see the impact of being a blessing, not only to make them laugh, but sending confirmation with the word. That has been my greatest accomplishment.
And in your 4 years, is there anything that you would do over?
No, I wouldn't do over, because I feel like Ecclesiastes 3:1-8 said there's a timing for everything. And I feel like experience is the best teacher. And I feel like if I have not been through the process, to where I am today, I don't think that I would have learned the things that I've learned. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. What about you? What about you and your accomplishment in this?
This would have to be one of my biggest ones.
Oh, okay.
Having you
Yeah,
here.
it's very nice.
Having you here.
You know what? I like that. You make my roller go straight. Yeah.
Yes. Because I haven't seen an interview like this done yet, so I'm glad to be the first.
Oh, you know what? And to God be the glory. I wish you great success.
So I actually want everyone to see, all of the supporters, the fans, to see some of your merch.
Okay, well, first I'll start off with Swagga Nosey's Mind Your Business t-shirt. You can get them in any color. See, Swagga Nosey, gospel comedian. I have that. Then I have, of course, my Swagga glasses.
Swagga glasses.
Yeah, the Swagga glasses.
Now those are orange. What color are they? They only come in orange?
Nope, they come in orange, they come in white, they come in brown, they come in pink. Whatever color you feel like you want to swag, that's the color they come in. Then I have some Swagga Nosey socks. So when your feet, some Swagga socks. So your feet might be getting cold, toward the winter time.
Right in time for the fall?
Excuse me?
Right in time for the fall.
Yeah, right in time for the fall. Oh, there go my roller. Then we have Swagga masks. In the midst of the pandemic.
Hold on. You want to put that roller back in?
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, so then I also have the Swagga mask. So even in the midst of the pandemic, you can have your Swagga mask. That's nice. That's my Swagga mask. Then if you're sitting at home in the cold, you got the Swagga coffee mug.
Swagga coffee. I need one of those.
Yeah, whatever swag you want to do. You can do coffee, you can do tea, you can do hot chocolate. Whatever you feel, we got that. And then we also have the Swagga water bottle. For all those who drink water, we got Swagga water bottles. And last but not least, we got the Swagga DVD. All in God's Hands DVD. You got to get it. I kid you not. This will be great. Holidays is coming. Thanksgiving is coming. Christmas is coming. What a fine time to sit down and enjoy a Swagga Nosey DVD.
Yeah, and again, we're going to make sure that we put the information for everybody to place orders or
yes, they can.
Be able
yes.
to support your ministry. Definitely do so.
Yes.
Support the ministry. So I want to just get into Swagga's faith.
Okay.
What would you say to your supporters about faith? Because I know in what you do, definitely in anything you do as far as starting your own business, and then especially if you're starting a business that has to do with God and something He's ordained you to do, what would you say to someone who's either in the same field, in another field, and they feel God has told them to do something and they begin to do it? What is it that you would say to them about the faith that
I would tell them to believe in yourself. I have heard someone say that it takes one yes and 100 no's. And what I meant by that is that all you need is self for you to step out on faith. Because my thing is, when I used to come up and I used to, was doing this thing with Swagga Nosey, a lot of people, made me feel like, I couldn't do it. But then I had to realize, you know what? Those people, you're right, I can't do it with you, but I can do it with God. And the Word of God says that, I can do. I is talking about oneself, talking about individually. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So I tell them, step out on your faith, be a believer, because the only one that can kill your dreams is who looking in the mirror. That's yourself. Only you can stop. So I tell anybody out there, if you got a dream, if you got a church, if you got a business, if you got a ministry, whatever the Lord stepped out for you to do, you do it. And that's it.
That's good.
That's it.
So we're still in the pandemic. We in New York State kind of lightened up a little bit. There's some travel restrictions, but is Swagga booking right now?
Swagga is booking depending on the event. So we know social distance is in place. So obviously, you got to have your mask. So depending on the event, yes, they can book Swagga Nosey. I will come. Long as, like I said, the rules and regulation will permit. Certain areas we know are restricted. But it all depends on what it is. Yeah, I'm available for bookings.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anything that you want to share, just in this period of time that you would just want, again, we're talking about your supporters and your fans, and you have this opportunity to speak to them or speak something into them. Is there something that is on your mind or on your heart, or God has placed on your mind or on your heart that you want to communicate to those who follow you?
I'm so glad you said that. And all I want to say to Swagga Nosey's family, I'm going to call them a family. I want to tell them to don't get distracted. In this season, I don't want them to get distracted. I want them to stay focused. We know voting is voting time, and it's a choice. You go out there and you vote. If the Lord leads you to vote, it's a choice. But I don't want nobody to get distracted in the midst of everything what's going on, because my thing is God still is in control. God is possible. All things are possible with God. And I want them to know, don't get distracted. Stay on your face. You know what I mean? And don't worry about nobody else's grass when yours need to be watered and yours need to be cut. You know what I mean? Because I think that this time, it's just so many of us, we're worried about what somebody else is doing. And I feel like when you worried about what somebody else is doing or what somebody else is doing, you lose focus on what God wants you to do. But when you remain focused on what you got to do, you ain't got time to worry about nobody else. We get one life to live. And we have to live, love, and laugh. So I tell all y'all, and I tell all my people, I tell them to ride the wheels, ride the life, ride it until the wheels fall off. And I found out too that in life, I hear so many people talk about what they're going through, and this person treated them that way, and this person treated them that. Understand that a person can do no more to you than you allow them to do. And sometimes we always pointing fingers at the other individuals, but it's for ourselves. So remember, this life is a one-self choice. So you got to remember, what happens in your life, you predict it.
Good.
You like that?
I do.
Oh, I love that.
I do.
I love that.
So what's actually next for Swagga Nosey?
Okay, well, what's next for Swagga Nosey? I'm back. Yes, I am. And I'm going to continue to give my encouragement. My weekly encouragement for the people that have inboxed me and called me and text me. They love that inspiration. So you will see more Swagga Nosey on the media side, giving inspiration. There are some things coming up. I can't share that right now, but eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. So we have to just say, stay on the lookout. Stay on the lookout. And God is doing some great things.
Now, you used to do things weekly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that is, I hope that's coming.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do. It's called Swagga Nosey Home Show.
Okay.
Yeah, and with the Swagga Nosey Home Show, it's the Swagga Nosey. I talk about the news with things that's what's going on around, and sometimes I bring in guests.
When are we getting that back?
We're gonna do that. That's gonna be this week, the first week of November. I'm so glad you asked. Okay. The first week of November.
What date? Social media.
It's gonna be on Facebook. And it's probably shared onto YouTube. You can go onto Swagga Nosey's comedy page, aka Lalisa Logan's page. Okay. And that's called the Swagga Nosey Home Show. And if you have any questions or if you have any topics or whatnot, there'll be some places where they can be able to put it, down to. Yeah. I like a lot of feedback from my Swagga family. Yeah. So the topics that they want me to talk about, I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah.
So up close and personal with Swagga Nosey. Anything else before we get out of here that you want to say? Any encouragement? Just anything?
No, I just want to say I thank you. I want to say I thank you and your station for having me, inviting me. That was very nice, because this is like my first up close and personal.
Yeah. And we'll make sure you get make up.
Well, I appreciate it, and that's fine. But and I want to just say I thank you, and I want to tell all my family fans that I love you, and stay tuned. And without me, without you, there's no me. You see what I'm saying? And for me, I love y'all. Keep pushing, keep encouraging me. I love you.
Well, we got some things for you.
Oh, you do?
We do. Yeah.
Okay, you got some things
Give us
for
a
me.
second. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. What you got for me? Oh, I just get so excited. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, happy 5th anniversary, Swagga Nosey.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ending the 4th, going into the 5th. So.
Yes. Oh, that is so nice.
Yeah, well, let me hold those.
You
Show
know.
them you can.
Oh wow, that is so nice of
Turn
you
it
and
around,
your staff. Oh, and it's orange.
It's on.
Oh yeah, happy 5th anniversary.
Come on, put your hands together.